Good afternoon. My name is Donna Thiesel, and I'm your host of The Edge on IC Radio. I feel like I'm on the edge most of the time. Thank you so much for watching. We are actually on television, channel 182 on Charter Communications and Abundant Television. We are syndicated worldwide. You can find us through Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. You know, a lot of people have Roku now.
Yeah.
And Amazon Fire, it's a little stick. You put it in the back of your smart TV. Yeah. And so it's good to have, I've got various ways I can watch Andy Griffith now. Yeah. So I can find it on Roku stick just as well as I can on plain antenna as well. Also the podcast, make sure you check that out, netnewsnetwork.net. It's a growing podcast. And so this friend of mine actually took it over from somebody else. And so they've been adding a lot of talk show hosts on. And so they called me and said, would you? And I said, sure. So here we are. So you can... several thousand, they're actually growing more. It started out, there's about 30,000 people, now there's more.
Now, say that again so I make sure where the dots go on that.
Net News Network. .net.
Okay.
Just Net News Network. There's a bunch of nets on there.
Okay.
Well, I asked him what his fascination with net was. So, because it's a network, Net News, and .net, so you can find it that way as well. And we appreciate the opportunity to be able to do that. We have the world's best mayor right here. I say this all the time because he is. And I've been associated with a lot of good mayors. There's a lot of good ones around here, too. But I really appreciate the way you accepted us coming in as a business here.
Well,
working out of a farm.
Yeah, and very kind and generous to say that, but I'll say you won't find a mayor that loves their town any better than I do.
You won't. I remember one time, I think it was one of the first times you were on the show, and we were talking about Pat Upton.
Yeah.
And you and Pat were friends.
Yeah.
And I just liked, I don't know, you really, really care. And this is another thing I've noticed, like when someone from the community passes, you always know about it before anybody else does. Well, you have a heart for the people.
I do. And, people say, why do you want to be the mayor? So I came up with an answer. My grandkids that go to school here, the fifth generation of my family to go to school here. Mm-hmm. My grandparents graduated here in 1925, almost 100 years ago. So, I've, of course, grown up and heard stories about, my dad was a school teacher and was superintendent of education, and my granddaddy that graduated in 1925, he was a big promoter of things. I mean, he did beauty pageants and just all kind of community things. And his name was Vondell Nichols, and he started Miss Sand Mountain pageant here like in the 1940s, and it went on a long time. But he was always promoting something like that, and he did the PA at the football games, and he always cooked on Easter morning over at Buck's Pocket for the Methodist Church here, and he just loved being. He's
just a cheerleader for other people, isn't he?
Yeah, and
those are the best people.
Sand Mountain Booster Club, just things like that. So I grew up seeing that, and it's fun to try to make things better and see them happen. And I've found out, of course, that it takes a lot longer to make things happen when you're depending on other resources, for your funds.
Yeah, because you and I are the type, I want to do it now, and you can't do it in some cases.
And obviously we're always looking for grants, federal or state, and a lot of those you apply for a year ahead of time, and then go through that process. But another one of my sayings, I've not been told yes if I didn't ask. So,
that's the way I look at it. When are you going to say no?
I've been told no a bunch of times, but hadn't been told yes if I didn't ask. So I ask a lot, and but got a great council that works together, and they are all interested in making Geraldine better, and we've got some things going on. You know, we're process of building a new ball field just to have additional field, and you know, we were able to buy land that joins our other fields, so you know, don't have to do a new concession stand or restrooms, and about, you know, we're soon we'll have our splash pad open, maybe, you know, late May, something like that.
I kind of feel it's going to be as hot as it's been cold.
And you know, we repaint the surface about at least every 2 years, and you know, for some reason had a little trouble getting the paint, you know, but I got a message today that I got a message last week, it'd been shipped, and message today that it should be delivered today, so we'll get that done. And when our maintenance guy was cleaning, he'd been pressure washing and cleaning, and he was going to turn it on, you know, to rinse everything off, and lightning had hit the control panel.
Oh, no.
So we've ordered a new control panel, and you know, I'm just holding my breath that it'll be here. You know,
well, supply, and that's the other thing to do with us. I mean, supply versus demand right now, and there's, you know, things that are taking longer to come in that you order. That, I know things we order for the station sometimes that would normally take a week, now it's taking 2 or 3 weeks. So that's part of the.
I mean, I've been trying to get the paint for 6 weeks, and I mean, we've got a place here that sells paint in town, but you know, I asked them, can you get this paint that, you know, will go on the concrete and will, you know, stand up to chlorinated water running on it all the time, and people, and they couldn't come up with something. Tried some of the other big names and didn't have it, so it's actually coming out of Utah or somewhere like that, but it's paint designed for that, and you know, but
and you got to have it. It's got to hold up.
Yeah, and you know, I mean, it's about $100 a gallon, you know, so
but it'll hold up, and that's one thing I used to do. I would always look for the cheapest thing, just whatever's the cheapest, whatever's cheapest. Sometimes that's not the wise thing to do.
Right.
That you're having to replace.
I mean, we try to be good with our money, and you know, and we are, and you know, just do the best we can, and you know, one of the big things that I know people have a hard time understanding this, but it's like our police cars. We've got 5 police cars. Chief has one, and then each one of our other officers have one, and but every year we buy new police cars because, you know, very little maintenance on them. But this year, when we bought our 4 2023 models, got all the lights and things swapped out from the 2022 models, and of course we're able to buy them on the state bid, you know, or bid already done. So, but we wound up making $12,000 on the 4 week. In other words, we paid $12,000 less than what we sold the old ones for.
Wow.
And
that's something for us all to be proud of.
And you know, and like I say, very little maintenance that way, and plus we got, you know, good equipment for the policemen to have, and you know, each one has their own. I mean, you know, they take care of it. They keep it clean, and then our maintenance guy, you know, I mean, he changes the oil and rotates the tires and does whatever needs to be done. They usually all have to have a new set of brakes in a year. I mean, they not only go fast, they stop fast, you know. But you know, just little things like that I you know, I wouldn't have thought of if I hadn't you know, gone to meetings and you know, find out things like that. You know, our State League of Municipalities convention is coming up soon, and it's 3 days, and I always learn a lot at that. And they have roundtable discussions, and they have it, you know, I mean, I won't be in there with Huntsville and Birmingham mayors. They'll have, okay, everybody, I don't know, under 10,000 or 15,000 or something like that go in this room, and 15,000 to 50,000 over here, and because our problems or needs or whatever are different from Huntsville and Birmingham.
Thankfully.
Yeah.
Yeah, very thankfully.
But I remember last year at one of the meetings, one of the mayors was talking about a problem with litter, and some of it was in people's yards, some of it was just different things. And one of the other mayors in there said, "Well, can't you get your police to do something?" Well, we don't have any police officers.
Oh.
And so they're even smaller than we are, obviously, but and made me appreciate more what we have, because not only do we have several police officers, we've got good ones, and obviously we have somebody on duty 24 hours a day, and they do a good job trying to protect and serve, help out, but great place to bring a business, start a business, move a business to here, gigabit speed internet, cooperatives for utilities, power, phone, internet, gas, water, and just good low rates, because they are cooperatives, and have board members to keep things in check, and
everything's accountable that way.
Yeah.
And don't see that in a lot of towns.
And they they're very good to put money back into the towns, and into their equipment, and then they help out with things. Farmers Telecommunications, it started as Farmers Telephone, and then that was 70 years ago, and didn't have internet then, but they've added.
Hard to imagine a world where they didn't have internet.
Added a lot of things, but I've at times I've contacted them and said, we need a new pole put up in the park for some lights, and they'll come out there, dig the hole, put the pole up for us, and just help out. It's just a good place to be, and people are like that, but.
Low cost of real estate too is another reason.
Absolutely.
Let's go into a commercial break.
Okay.
And we're going to be right back in just a minute. So you guys kind of hang in there, okay? The Hatter Cafe and Country Inn is nestled in the northeast corner of Alabama the Beautiful in the delightful town of Mentone. We're located on top of scenic Lookout Mountain near Little River and DeSoto State Park, and located only 5 minutes from shopping and restaurants. There is also a nearby community walking path and golf course. We welcome everyone through the doors, and we are committed to outstanding service for all guests. At the Hatter Cafe and Country Inn, we invite people from all walks of life to come and get away from it all, enjoy the open spaces, treetop views, fresh, clean air, and experience Southern hospitality at its finest. We look forward to hosting you. To reserve a special event, or if you would love a special getaway at the Country Inn, you can call us at 256-634-2018.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, and my employees and I want to thank each and every one of you for your continued support. With everything going on right now, your rest is so important. That's why we're having the biggest MyPillow sale ever. Not only are my bed pillows as low as $19.98, but you can get the best body pillows ever. Regular $89.98, now only $29.98. Take your rest on the go with our Roll and Go Anywhere MyPillows for only $14.98. And we have our new couch and accent pillows. They aren't just for looks. They have MyPillow's patented adjustable fill that gives you that amazing MyPillow comfort. In this economy, you get the best gifts ever for the best prices ever. So go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code and you get deep discounts on body, couch, bolster pillows, and so much more, including my original bed pillows for as low as $19.98. Please order now while quantities last.
The only place I buy my beef is Lone Tree Ranch in Collinsville, Alabama. Their cattle is born and raised on their ranch, grass and grain fed, and you can feel confident when you serve your family and friends because their beef is all natural and no antibiotics or hormones are added. You can buy whole beef or perhaps go in with family or friends and buy half. Their customer service is number one as they take care of the delivery to their local processor and can deliver to your home for a small added fee. They also offer herd replacement heifers. I always call Lone Tree Ranch in Collinsville, Alabama for my beef specialty recipes and cookouts, and you can too. Food shortages are increasing, so buy local by calling 256-523-6462. That's 256-523-6462.
Are you ready?
We all wonder what tomorrow will bring, but the future lays itself at the feet of the prepared and surrenders to the will of the persistent. It's not easy, but today shapes you so you can shape tomorrow. With Northeast Alabama Community College, when the future asks if you're ready, you can answer.
Yes.
Begin your future at Northeast Alabama Community College.
At Lamone's Mexican Restaurant, located in Henniger, Alabama, and voted Best Mexican Restaurant of DeKalb County, Alabama 2020, we're here to serve you with authentic Mexican cuisine. Order easily online by going to lamonsmex.com or call 256-657-3999 to place your order. We're open Sunday through Thursday 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Friday and Saturday 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Whether you're celebrating a cozy date night for two or a celebration for a crowd, at Lamone's you'll love our atmosphere and friendly servers. Thank you for dining with Lamone's Mexican Restaurant. We are back. My name is Donna Thiesel, and I'm your host of The Edge on IC Radio, your source for news and entertainment. You can find us on television as well, Channel 182 on Charter Communications. That's in North Alabama. And you can also find us on Abundance Television. We are syndicated there, Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. And don't forget the podcast, netnewsnetwork.net. I got it. I absolutely do. But thank you so much, however you catch us, however you watch us. Oh, and all the social media sites. I haven't even been mentioning that. You know, we've got Facebook and all those things going on too. Do a lot of Facebook Live stuff. And also remember, you can catch the weather report and the traffic report here, and also sports history now. Yep. We're doing that at 6 p.m. Just a little bit. You know, sports has been going on a long time, Mayor.
Long time.
I started out the year 1890. And there were things happening in 1890, and got to hear about history from football and baseball, and all those great things are happening. Now we're up in the year 1941. So
there's a lot.
There's been sports now.
Yeah.
Now you received. I wanted to mention this again. Now I think it was last year, or year before last, where you had received a ring. Let's talk about that for a minute.
Well, I mean, it's humbling, very, very much so. I mean, I certainly don't want to sound like bragging, but
no, I'm asking you. We want to hear it. This is our mayor, okay?
In high school, I was a manager for football and basketball, and from 7th grade on up, and learned a lot about taking care of things, and then wound up getting some scholarship help to go to Samford University in Birmingham and be a football manager. They gave me a place to live, and a little money here and there, and anyway, in 1971, 52 years ago, our football team won the national championship in Division II, and I mean, it was a great year. Just you hear about championship teams being close-knit teams. That one certainly was, and in 2019, Samford announced that team would be inducted in the Samford Sports Hall of Fame. players, coaches, managers, trainers, everybody, because everybody had a part. And so I got a ring for that, and then in 2021, which was 50th anniversary of that team, at halftime of the homecoming football game, they had us come out on the field and, just kind of thing. And after 50 years, there were 45 players and 5 coaches there. It came to that. And, I don't wear it a lot because it weighs about 3 pounds.
It's a big ring.
But I'm very proud of it and thankful for it. And, the guys, the football players, from the quarterbacks to the coaches to the linebackers, everybody, I mean, they just treat me like I'm part of the team, and I appreciate it. And several years ago, one of the players, Larry Cox, that's a dentist over in Hamilton, started trying to find everybody, and I mean, it may have been 15 years ago, I guess. And anyway, we got an email group, and so we stay in touch. And then a lot of the guys that live around Birmingham go to a lot of the games, but we get together at homecoming every year, and it's just a great time, and I'm proud of that.
Well, we're proud of you.
I'm on the board for DeKalb County Sports Hall of Fame, and I enjoy doing that. Of course, I worked for Hibbett Sports for 34 years and been to thousands of ball games, and know a lot of coaches and seen a lot of people play, and we had a great class last year. We're now just doing a class every 2 years. Had this a long time, but sports has been a big part of my life. But we do a lot of things in the park for people. We're building a new ball field. We've done a new beach volleyball. We've lined off one of the tennis courts for pickleball, and had requests to do another pickleball court. And we're probably going to redo the basketball court there, and done a lot in the park with our walking track with new lights, and new lights for the high school baseball and softball fields where the high school plays in our park, and we pave some roads every year, but we do it without going in debt. We do a balanced budget, I promise you. But we still are able to do a lot of things.
A lot of towns would love to not be in debt.
Yeah, I know. And we've got, we're having an event, picnic in the park, June the 17th on Saturday, and we've had one several years. This year we're doing a car show that morning, and I had somebody call me last week and said, "Hey, when you do that car show," said, if you'll have a drawing and give away money like every 15 minutes or 30 minutes, and if you'll announce that, you'll get more people there. And he said, and I'll give you $500, and I talked to somebody else, they'll give you $500.
Oh, wow.
And
you need to be there.
So, and it's also going to be community yard sale day, and then.
And what kind of cars will be there?
Well, there'll be a lot of 60s cars, Camaros and Mustangs and Firebirds.
I used to have a rally
60s
sport.
and 70s, really. And then there'll be some from the 20s and 30s there too.
I love the old cars.
There'll be some trucks that been restored. There'll be some cars and trucks that don't look like they originally did. They'll be, fixed up, and we'll be giving out some prizes and trophies for that, and still trying to put everything together, all the details about that. But the car show will be from 10 to 2, and then the singing starts at 3. And we've got a group, Wildwood, that's kind of a local area group that they were together several years, and then just quit playing and quit traveling, and they're back together now, and just real
It's gonna be
good
exciting
group.
time.
Yeah, and then
Will there be food vendors there?
there'll be food vendors, absolutely, and also, other vendors with, cups and doodads and popcorn,
Anything
rubbing
with
corn on the
ice.
cob. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And but it'll be up in our park. Splash pad will be open, and we've got the foundation started for some new restrooms at the park, with a goal of having those done by June the 17th. And I think we'll be able to do that. We got a local contractor working on that, and he understands
Speed.
when we want it to happen. And he can't control the weather, but he's going to do that. And we've got a great senior center, senior adults. It's open Monday through Friday, and they have lunch meals there, available. There's no set charge. They ask for a donation, $1, $1.50, $2, or something like that. But a lot of people come and they put together puzzles, and they play bingo, and they paint, and do crafts and a lot of things like that. But it's real
Crafts
good.
are fun.
Yeah, and
Crafts are a good way to stay alert.
and fairly regular. I don't know exactly how often, but there'll be a church group come in and sing, and maybe do a devotional, and but just we've got something here for everybody. Got great internet, and but you can find us at Town of Geraldine AL for Alabama, of course. townofgeraldineal.com or 256-659-2122.
Something. We graduate smart kids here too. At our Northeast Alabama Community College, one of our sponsors, by the way, and at Snead State, they have a program where kids can walk off the stage and get the high school diploma and get part of a college degree.
I went
Smart
to
kids.
Snead graduation Thursday night, and there must have been, I don't know, 200 at least graduated. And the president, Dr. Whitmore, said, "Now, before we get started, I want you to know that there's 4 students that are graduating tonight that have not received their high school diploma yet."
I bet you can see the dollar signs in the parents' eyes. Look at the money it's saving.
And they had them to stand, of course, but dual enrollment, of course, is how that happened. And
I wish we'd had something like that back in the day.
and summer school, and 2 great community colleges here within 15 miles, Snead and Northeast, and they're both have gotten a lot of additional funding for workforce development as well, that the state legislature has. I'm talking about millions to add workforce, because we need electricians and plumbers and
they're good,
bricklayers
high-paying jobs.
Yeah.
Very high-paying jobs.
Yeah.
And Mayor, we got to go. Thank you so much for
Wow,
being
it
on the
goes
show.
by in a hurry.
It goes too fast. But thank you so much for all you do.
Well, I
And
appreciate what you
Catherine
do
as well, for keeping you propped up.
I love doing it. And, I'm proud of our town. We'll keep going.
Absolutely. We're
All
going
right.
to keep going. And thank you so much for watching. My name is Donna, and I'm your host on The Edge, and we're your source for news and entertainment. You can also find us on television, Channel 182, on Charter Communications, Abundance Television, found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. And don't forget the podcast, netnewsnetwork.net. Thank you again so much for watching.